With Iran, President Trump reiterating his conditions on a key aspect of any deal, the regime's giving up its uranium stockpile. The president writing this: Iran's enriched uranium will either be immediately turned over to the United States to be brought home and destroyed, or destroyed in place or at another acceptable location. Joining us now is Rich Goldberg. He's senior advisor at the Foundation for the Defense of Democracies. It's great to have you here. We had General Keane on earlier, and he seemed to basically say that we are now in a diplomatic phase. He does not see hostilities ramping back up unless Iran makes it so. How do you see it?
Well, I think it's important for the president to remain confident in what is in front of him right now. The blockade is working. They are hemorrhaging money inside of Iran. Gasoline is running out. They've apparently turned the internet back on, I think maybe to get money, because it's $80 million a day they've been losing, and that's a big risk for them, because obviously the people will get back to communications. And so when your negotiators get down in the rabbit hole with the Qataris and the Omanis, and they're passing papers around, it's hard to see the forest for the trees, and he's going to need to do that at the top, the president. And so he has to stay firm. He can't move from nuclear extortion to Strait of Hormuz extortion. You can't be relieving sanctions up front. Right now with the blockade, he's at maximum leverage. And so if he doesn't get maximum concessions out of this moment and he relieves pressure, then he's never going to get the full concessions out of the regime.
I was listening to Mark.
अमरीकी सदर डोनाल्ड ट्रंप ने एक बार फिर ईरान से अफजूदा यूरेनियम अमरीका के हवाले करने या फौरी तलब करने का मुतालबा किया। अमरीकी सदर ने ईरान पर जोर दिया कि वो अपना तमाम अफजूदा यूरेनियम फौरी तौर पर अमरीका के हवाले करे या फिर किसी काबिल कबूल मकाम पर उसे तलब किया जाए। सोशल मीडिया प्लेटफॉर्म पर जारी हालिया पोस्ट में अमरीकी सदर ने अपने इस मुतालबे को दोहरा दिया। उन्होंने अफजूदा यूरेनियम को न्यूक्लियर डस्ट करार दिया और वाज़ेह किया कि ईरान के पास मौजूद इस मवाद को हर सूरत खत्म होना चाहिए।
There were fresh escalations overnight on Iran. The U.S. conducted defensive strikes Monday, first sinking two ships CENTCOM said were laying mines in the Strait of Hormuz. Tehran responded by launching missiles at U.S. planes, prompting the U.S. to attack again a missile site in southern Iran. A CENTCOM spokesperson saying, quote, U.S. Central Command continues to defend our forces while using restraint during the ongoing ceasefire. President Trump on Sunday earlier proposed Iran and other Middle Eastern countries join the historic Abraham Accords if a peace deal is made. He also vowed that any enriched uranium would be destroyed. Iran is threatening to retaliate this morning. It claims the U.S. violated the ceasefire. Oil prices this morning are plummeting as markets have confidence in the president's decisions here. The price of Brent is down 5% right now at $98.41. Now, the national average for a gallon of regular gas is at $4.49 a gallon. Joining me now is Interior Secretary Doug Burgum. Secretary, good to see you. Thank you so much for being here. And I know you've been doing a lot to keep up with all of this demand, whether it be from the war in Iran or from the massive demand on data centers. What do you think the impact is on energy this morning as you watch oil prices come down today?
Well, Maria, it's obviously President Trump 2 moves ahead of his critics, as always. Nothing short of aspiration for peace in the Middle East. I mean, who on a Saturday afternoon over a holiday weekend can pull together all of the world leaders from the Gulf state allies, but also Egypt, Pakistan, Turkey, get them all on a phone call and, paint a vision, which, again, is peace and prosperity in the Middle East, which is some people thought never could be achieved. But he's put all the conditions in place for this to come together. And this is going to be great for not just for the United States, but for the world economy and for peace and prosperity around the world. People have got optimism that President Trump's going to strike a deal, which is going to include that the strait is open, freedom of navigation for all of our Gulf allies, and also that Iran's nuclear ambitions are crushed, because it's really now just the IRGC that's left. We got a terrorist organization with an oil field, and as President Trump is the one leader in the world that has said we can't have this organization that's been reigning terror for 47 years. So President Trump's the one person who's got the courage and the tools. He's using diplomatic, he's using military, now he's using economic pressure to achieve his aims. And, the deal maker in chief wouldn't bet against him. He's going to come through with a great deal for the world and for America.